Hi everybody and welcome to the ARTyRV channel on this beautiful Saturday, July the 11th. I'm Ed.
And I'm Barb. Welcome to the ARTyRV pop-up live stream. We're talking about the Prairie Windows today, the series.
Prairie Window.
Window.
Yeah,
the
we
Prairie
might build another.
Window.
You never know.
Yeah, the Prairie Window. And this is the 8th in a series, and we wanted to get you up to date. We're going to talk about 3 things tonight.
Yeah, and you know what, Barb? I was thinking when we started this project, we weren't really going. We didn't know how it would take off.
Right.
And all of a sudden, we've got all these questions and everything. So that's why we had to break in and say hello today and try and answer some of the questions before they get a little bit out of hand.
Right. We want to make sure you guys are on the right foot. If you have any questions as we go along, just ask them. If not, there'll be a lot of questions answered that you may not have thought yet. And so
That's right.
we've got, different questions that have come up in different episodes, and we hope to answer many of them today.
Well, yeah, and you know what? Hey, the first question that we're going to answer about the Prairie Window is how big is it?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. So that window is 53 inches wide. It's 17 inches tall. And we only had one question is where is it going? It's going to a house in Asheville. So we'll answer that question right off the top too. So we got the size and where it's going.
So tonight we're going to we're going to talk about 3 things. We're going to talk about the what you've already learned. We're going to talk about what you're going to learn, and we're going to answer questions about the Prairie Window. So if you have a question about the Prairie Window, just put it in the chat. And I want to shout out a big hello to Ray.
Hey,
and
Ray
Susie.
and Susie.
Thank
Hi,
you
guys.
so much for being here. So I guess we could just talk about episode 1.
Yeah, let's talk about episode 1 because that's kind of one of the most important parts of the process.
Right, and in episode 1 you were talking about the design of the window, correct?
Yeah, and how it was designed, and so the design of this Prairie Window is really, it's Prairie style windows are basically simple lines with simple designs that are quite effective in the light. And so this particular window, actually I did a small sketch and I asked Taylor to draw the window for me. And he drew this window into the frame size that I needed, the block. And everything is, because it's all straight lines, he knew everything had to be perfect. And so he took it and made an absolutely, I mean, if one border is 7/16 on one end, it's 7/16 on the other. Everything's perfectly straight and everything. And guys, that's how it has to be done.
Okay, we had a question about your cutting techniques, and there's curiosity about how you mark the glass with your cutter, specifically if making a wide notch might damage the wheel.
Well, I kind of just set it there and I push down. It looks like I'm rolling forward, but I'm actually just pushing down on it and pulling off a little bit. When I have marked glass like that for 45 years, I guess, and that's a simple way to mark it. You just don't roll it back and forth. So rolling it back and forth can damage your wheel. It's not going to do it right away, but after a while you can do it. And in this photograph here, you see that I'm using, of course, my personal cutter. And that cutter has been in my pocket for over 20 years. And I mark the glass with it. I score the glass with it. I tap the back of it with it. I do everything I do is with that cutter right there, except on Monday nights where you see me use the silver snit cutter. And so this is my go-to cutter in my pocket. And then
in episode 2, when you introduced Taylor's pattern, we learned how to read and mark the stained glass pattern as we cut the glass.
Right, and what you wanted to do, as soon as your window's done, even if you can see it in this photograph here, when that window was drawn, then it had to be numbered. And each piece is specifically numbered. And what we're talking about the looking at the window and figuring out how to cut the glass is if you need to really look at the lines, because in this window there are 3 feathers in this window, and they're separated, as you can see, by a light blue, which is, I think it's a Spectrum 130, and then a gold, which is a Wismac 34 Ripple. And then, so these colors are all separated by each other, and then we're going to have the feathers inside there.
So in episode 2, you talked about how to choose colors that work together, and you did a lot of glass cutting for
well, we did,
the window, yes.
catch that because we were cutting borders at that point in
Right.
episode 2, and that's important too. When you have borders, you really in the previous picture you saw that square laying there on the table. Well, that's imperative right there. That is imperative that you have a square when you're stripping out borders, or a strip cutter. A strip cutter works fine, and I believe it was in episode 2 when I showed you
Go ahead.
how to measure to get the correct size on your border by taking an inch off, and instead of using the floppy end of the tape measure that moves back and forth, you take that 1 inch off and then get your measurement, and this will give you a more accurate, precise measurement for borders or any other rectangular shapes or squares that you're doing.
So in episode 3 is where Ed showed you how to get clean borders, and how accurate borders can be cut to make a perfect fit to your pattern. So
Right.
if you want to see how to burn one on the measuring, it's a very to carpenters and construction workers, they all use it.
It's very popular.
So it's very popular. And you just take away that floppy end. You just go an extra inch and measure from 1 inch on, then deduct the inch. It's very easy.
Yeah, because
But,
if you notice,
that's in episode 3.
yeah, and all your tape measures, if you notice, that end is riveted to the end of the tape, and you can move it back and forth, and it's there for a reason. But when you need a precise measurement, take that inch off and go with that. And now back to episode where we picked out the glass. Ed is not a matchy person. I like to use colors that complement one another. With our customer on this Prairie Window, we were given 2 colors, not basically, as Judge Judy said. That's not basically. We were given 2 colors, actually green and gold. So those, to me, those are earth tones. And as long as I don't add any red in this window, I'm good. So I can use the earth tones that I want to wrap around these other colors. And as we move through these videos and go into section 4, then we're going to talk a little bit more about that.
In episode 4, you talked about what you look for when selecting colors, value, and texture. So, and you showed how small design choices add up to a window that glows. And I think you can see this in this picture, how that gold...
It's starting, right?
Yeah, how
so
it's
as
all
it's
coming
starting.
together.
Right.
So that was episode 4.
That was episode 4, yeah. So I think this was episode 3. I said we're going to start in corner number 6 and we're going to finish up in 132. That's the last piece of glass that will go into our window, guys.
Okay, but I want to tell you a comment that we got on episode 4, because you did some glass cutting, and it sparked a comment from a viewer, and they said, the stained glass instructor who taught an expensive beginner's class insisted we must hear a continuous score no matter what, and I watched as all the students proceeded to chip and damage their glass, have it break wrong, and have to redo cuts on more and more glass because of it. I got suckered into that the very first day, but luckily watched one of your cutting videos before the next class. By the end of the 4 weeks, I had 2 other students privately say they wished I'd taught the class because of the tips I learned from ARTyRV,
Oh, wow.
which I snuck into the class. I tell everyone where I learned it.
Well, whoever that viewer
member.
is,
That's
thank
an
you very
ARTyRV
much.
member.
Yeah.
And I just wrote ARTyRV member, and because I didn't know if he wanted, I couldn't remember whether that was a private message or a.
Yeah, well, thank you. That is great.
Yeah, so that was great.
Hey, those of you that are taking classes and you're learning something from us, please share it with your students. Share it with your fellow students.
Yeah. So in episode 5, we talked about the old English method of cutting your glass right on the pattern.
Right. Through a light box or in a window, holding the glass up into a window.
So that's a good episode if you want to get caught up on how Ed cuts the glass. So he's really into cutting on these next few.
Yeah, I think it's 4, 5, and 6 we're cutting glass.
Yes. So in episode 6, we start adding the batter boards.
Right, so the batter boards, y'all, are, during the cutting process, my pattern is free. I can move it around and do whatever I need to do with it. But once we add the batter boards, this does 2 things. It of course puts a straight line on the bottom, and we use our framing square to get our right angle. And because I'm left-handed, I always start over in my left-hand corner, and Barbara's showing you the top right-hand corner now, which is where we will finish this project off. So, but these are the batter boards. So the batter boards are very simple. Those of you that have formed up homes and everything else, batter boards are what give you your area to start your straight lines from and how to work from it. So as you can see, the batter boards are up, the pattern is down, all of the glass is cut and at the top. Now those little baggies there, those little baggies are the feathers, this part of the window right here. Now once this window is complete, this feather pattern will be available on our website as a pattern for free for you guys for your enjoyment. So this is, you can see here, I like to use, now we're using a 3/8 flat H lead. And you can see when I cut my glass, I stripped these glasses out and they sit directly just inside the black line. Now the black line was produced on top of a pencil line, and it was produced, the black line was produced with a medium point Sharpie. And don't press down on it, just draw with it, and you make sure you use your straight edge because all of these lines need to be identical. Now what you see on the right hand side of the page, you see a pencil line. That is the exterior or the finished line of the design. Inside of that, the black line, that is 3/16 of an inch. It looks larger, but it's 3/16 of an inch away from that pencil line, which is half of my 3/8 flat H. And then so when we lay that up against there, the glass is cut correctly, we close it up, and nothing grows. And if you stay on either side of those black lines, while you're cutting your glass, your window will not grow at all. So, and make sure that when you're stripping the glass out, that you strip the glass to fit the in between the 2 lines as well. You don't want it sitting on top of it. And if it grows while you're working with it, then you've done something wrong. So we want to welcome you viewers today on this beautiful Saturday afternoon here in Conway, South Carolina at the ARTyRV studio.
Ow, Miss Mary, hello. Wait a minute. Let me
Knucklehead.
get you. I'm sorry, I didn't let everybody say hello to you. Let me get the camera on you, baby, so people can see.
Oh, there she is. She's
there
having fun.
she is. Oh my gosh, you're so pretty today. It's not
Today,
morning.
I know it's not morning. It's so pretty today.
Okay,
Yeah, you
so
have to go
that
lay
was
down.
episode 6. We talked about framing it up and the batter boards and where to put the batter boards and such. In episode 7, you started talking about the leading process, and we're going to get into that a little bit more.
And Barbara has come up has a list of all the tools that we're using for this project.
Yes, if you go to conwayglass.com, go to the tools page, you'll have to scroll all the way down to the bottom, but it's a list. I'll try to keep it updated with tools, but it has the basic tools. The only thing that's not on there is something we forgot. Oh, a lead vise.
Yeah,
I didn't put
a
it
lead
on there,
vise,
but
right.
I'll add it. And it's free. It's just a list of what tools you'll need to
Right.
complete this process.
So, and then, you know, and you those of you that don't have all of those tools that I list, you know, a lot of them are pretty much mandatory, and those are the tools that you'll probably have. I put a couple other things in there that'll help you throughout the process, and so that'll help you out, I hope. And then in episode 9, we're going to learn how to miter lead, and we're
Right.
going to talk a little bit about. But today, before we go out, we're going to talk a little bit about lead profiles. And because Barb's probably going to have to take Miss Mary upstairs and get
I
her
am, because she is-
SNAZK.
She's being bad. Okay, so episode 7, we talked about the lead.
Yeah, and I've got some profiles here. I brought the 3
Okay.
profiles that we'll be using in this particular window, that we are using in this window.
I believe in episode 6 you showed how to stretch the lead.
We did, yes.
Okay.
So we did it the old-fashioned way, which is where you attach the lead, attach your lead to your lead stretcher, grab it with your grozing pliers, and then you pull it twice, and pop, and you stretch it, and you only get about 2 inches out of it, and that's all you need. But it does make for the lead to be much more rigid, and we want to make sure that you stretch all of your lead. And remember that. Make sure that you can stretch your lead. Now these are boxes of lead. This is the top shelf lead here. This is what we use on our different
I was going to do a close-up for you.
profile.
before I
Thank
leave.
you. Thank you. I
Thank you.
appreciate that.
All right.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a close up.
There
So
you
these
go.
are our
I'll
3
be right
profiles. Thank you, Barbara. And she does have an oinker.
Okay. All right.
She is so spoiled rotten, y'all. She can't see herself straight. So this right here, this is the lead. I use this lead a lot. Not only do I use it on the outside of the windows that I build and design and fabricate, but it's used quite a bit if we're building big church windows with rectangular shaped glasses in it, and those shapes might be, those pieces of glass could be 6 by 9, 8, not too many 8 by 10s. 6 by 9s are a good size for church windows usually, because they're usually 36 to 42 inches wide, and they're going to have usually 3 borders in them. And we talked about borders too, guys. Borders in windows, if you look at them, they're offset, so we'll cut this a little bit here. Borders are usually offset. So if we have one border, there's Barb, she's back, everybody. So we want to make sure that, when we're cutting our lead, 2 things you want to make sure of are, when you cut the lead, you cut it square. This back edge of your lead nippers, this edge here, though it looks bent, you need to make sure you use it straight, okay? And you never want to squeeze down on your lead, because look what happens. It closes it right up. Now, when I was little, we would do that with a pair of pliers, and we would do for our sinkers when we were fishing.
Okay, so we use 3
We use-
sizes of lead,
Right,
correct?
we use 3/8 flat H. We use a 3/16 round H. This is coming up. The 3/16 is going to be used. The 3/16 lead is going to be used in our.
I'm going to put these in where they can see.
And then we're going to be using a 7/32, which is only a 32nd of an inch bigger, but this is what's going to be in the rest of our windows is this. In our borders. So we're using 3 individual profiles of lead. 3/8, 3/16, and 7/32.
So the 3/8 is the outside border.
This is the outside border for our window here.
So you'll be using the smaller lead for the feathers?
For the feathers, right.
Okay.
Because what we're going to be doing with the feathers, y'all, is we're going to be learning how to miter using our lead nippers. Now these are my Lepinette lead nippers, okay? And I only use my Lepinette I only use Lepinette lead nippers. I love them. But this, when you're mitering your lead, you want to make sure that you get your miters, close. Don't leave gaps in them. I have some people write Ed a question. They'll say, well, if I got a gap in my lead, do I need to recut it or can I just jump it with solder? Well, let me tell you something about solder, y'all. I got a box of it in the other day and I about hit the floor.
Oh my gosh.
I was so surprised.
Please,
Yeah,
please be careful with your solder.
Yeah, be careful with it. Try not to waste it, and make it go as far as you can.
You use smaller
Foil
if you can.
Yeah, if you can. If you are proficient enough, and a lot of our viewer, Carol Radkins, one of our viewers, she uses 3/16 foil, and she's very proficient at cutting glass. Kelly uses 3/16 foil.
Yeah.
So guys,
Well,
if
it
you
makes
are
sense.
proficient enough to use 3/16 foil, use it. It'll save you a little bit of solder. I mean, it might save you that much solder over a month,
Yeah.
but that's
It
that
adds
much
up.
solder. That's part of a sun catcher. So.
It adds up. It sure does.
Yeah, it does. It adds up. So I can remember, and Barbara does too, we used to buy 100-pound boxes of 50/50 solder for $1.50 a roll.
Ed,
Remember
you're telling our age.
I know. Oh,
Okay.
Well, we used to.
All right.
Back
I
then.
want to thank everybody that's been watching along with this series, and I encourage you to go back. If you have any questions, just bring them to the chat on Monday night. This chat does not replace the Monday night chat.
Oh,
We're
no.
still live every Monday night at 7 o'clock, but we will be showing these Prairie series. The time has changed to Saturday at 2 o'clock. The next video, Ed will be actually building the window. So from now on, everything's going to kind of move pretty fast.
I call it fast photography. That's what we're going to do. What's it called?
He's into the window right now.
So we're gonna build it.
So he's going to be building the window. We'll keep you updated. If there's a lot going on, we'll have another live. We can
we'll
answer your
break in.
questions.
Yeah, if you guys don't mind, since you showed up.
Yeah, but we had so many questions. We hope we've answered a lot of them. There were questions about what size lead. Yes, and 50/50 solder. We are
Yeah, for
using 50/50.
lead cane windows, guys, don't you don't need to use your expensive 60/40. Save that for pieces that are going to be patinaed. And guys, remember, if you're going to be using zinc on the outside, make sure it's cleaned thoroughly before you try to do anything with that. And I think if you'll try lead, you'll find it a lot easier to work with.
Those of you who are following along, if you want to be in the viewer showcase or you want to be on one of these Saturday lives coming up later, you can send your progress photos or your completed photos
To viewershowcase@gmail.com.
and we'll be happy to share it with our viewers.
Right.
And don't be afraid to switch up the colors. Use your favorite colors,
Right.
and you should be able to.
And you know what?
Follow
Because we're not really ready to go yet. I do wanted to thank everybody. That color, that really pretty green English muffle, the 43.
4932.
What is it?
What is the number?
What's the number, Cucumber?
Okay, let me find it.
We're gonna find this part number for you. We showed it, but we couldn't find it where we were cutting it up. And it's in one of the borders in the window, in the Prairie window.
It's the lime green.
It's the lime green, and it's
Had
an
a
English
lot of
muffle, y'all.
comments about that.
A lot of comments
Thought it was a
about that.
4932. Yes, is that it?
Yeah, that's it. 4932.
And that is in which episode? Episode 2.
Episode 2.
Where he talks about the color.
The colors of
And
the bone.
people kept going back to that color. So that tells me people love that
People
color.
like that.
and-
It's
and
beautiful, and in the light, y'all. It's, oh my gosh,
It's really pretty.
It's really pretty. So take a look at that. Don't forget, follow along with us. Build a window if you like, or even take and use, guys. It's okay. Take and use just freeze frame it and draw just the feather in the middle or one of the feathers on the end. And
That's what's going to be on the.
that's what's going to be on our website.
Yeah, we're going to share that part of the pattern with you so that you can place it in a window of any size.
Of any size, right?
So we're trying to teach you to move
Forward.
forward and build your own windows and
We
patterns
want you.
and
We
those
want you to
type of
grow
things.
with this
So,
process.
does anyone have any questions? Because I think we've got lots of time. It's
We
just
do, and guys,
2:30.
Ray, I want to thank you for being in the house today. You and Susie, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yep.
You guys are awesome. So, yeah, you know what? It is a brisk 97 degrees outside
Oh, yeah,
today.
and I
guys.
wanted to say that list of
the
tools,
huh?
at the bottom of the list, there is a link to our tool page. This week, I am going to put a whole toolbox together of all the tools that you can use that are on our Amazon page, and just put it in one place in case you need 50/50 solder or the kind of flux we use or
Right.
something like that.
Oh, hey, Barb. Beth Mahenick's in the house today. Hey,
Hi,
Beth.
Beth. You have any questions about the Prairie Window?
How's it going? Hope
And
your
the
leg's doing
newcomers
better.
here,
Your knees
welcome.
doing better, huh?
Yeah, I hope so.
Hope you're on the mend.
Yes. Mary, good to see you. Happy Saturday. Elizabeth, hello Elizabeth.
Hey,
Good to
Liz.
see you.
Good to see you too.
If you have any questions about the Prairie Window or about tools, lead tools or techniques, just
Techniques,
put it
yeah.
in the chat and we'll be happy to answer.
Yeah, so and just heads up, I enjoy using Cascade metals. They're, Canfield makes lead too, but Cascade seems to be the number one lead cane in the industry, and it seems to be, it's heavy, it doesn't have a bunch of breaks in it, not a bunch of bad breaks in their extrusions and things. So and it's-
Jen's here,
hey Jen.
Beth's here, Elizabeth's here.
Thank you guys for tuning in on on this beautiful
Mary.
Saturday afternoon.
Ray's here. Yeah, good
This is-
deal.
This is awesome.
Yes. So this will be Saturday at 2 p.m. will be the new series will be on this time slot.
Yeah, well, yeah, because we're moving into a different period of our
We
season.
have become extremely busy, as I guess you guys are getting busy for the fall show season. And it's a really busy time for us because our glass blowing demos are coming
we're
up.
doing all of our we're getting our maintenance
classes,
done,
workshops.
and we're starting to we're restocking and packing up our inventory and getting ready for this winter,
Oh,
for this fall
yes.
season.
Oh, yes.
So we got some great things coming up. So Barb and I, we're always doing something.
Okay, so some people are watching the class because they're going to soon be doing lead. Yeah, bookmark this class, this series. It is a series, so you can bookmark it. So when you're ready to do lead,
Right, this will
know.
help you. And the next series, section 9,
yes,
or
yeah, it'll
section
be
9, can I call it section?
episode 9.
Episode 9, section 9. Episode 9, section 9 would be in a book. Episode 9 is going to be, we're going to be learning how to use our lead nippers to miter the lead so that it fits correctly, because these points in the feathers, these miters, these 45s, they must look good in order to make the window look the way that it was drawn. So,
There is a question
hey,
from Byrne. Wants to know, is there a skill jump going to cane from foil? What's the price difference?
I don't know that it's the price, because you're still going to use glass, you're still going to use solder, you're going to use a lot less solder, but you're going to have to buy lead. So the average, like say 6 foot of lead. Who was the question by, Bar? What's the name? Anybody? Just the first name.
Byrne.
Hey, Bird. Okay. So, hey.
Burn raw toast.
Okay. Oh, burn raw toast. Yeah. How you been? And yeah, it's good to see you. Thanks for coming back. So,
I couldn't figure out whether it was raw or straw.
yeah,
but now
no,
I
burnt
see.
raw toast, man. It's good to see you again. Thanks for coming back. So, yeah, the change is you eliminate like 3 or 4 processes: the grinding, the foiling, all that stuff. You use a lot less solder, but you have to buy lead. Lead comes in 6-foot strips. They run about $9 a strip, plus or minus these days, retail. And so I think the one thing that you want to be sure of before you switch, and if you're doing foil now, you're probably pretty proficient at your glass cutting. That's imperative when you're doing lead cane, so you don't spend all day cleaning everything up. Cut the glass correctly to the pattern, and remember, if you're doing lead, so now you're going to be, if you're using scissors, pattern shears, you're going to need to use lead shears instead. Or if you're using the razor blade trick that I showed everybody a few years ago, all you have to do is add one more piece of cardboard, and that'll take out for the heart of your lead. Or burnt raw toast, if you're working on the light box like Ed does, just make sure you stay on either side of that black line with your pattern and keep it fitting inside that line, and everything will work out for you. You're going to love doing lead. I prefer doing lead, but I enjoy doing copper foil. What you have to do is mix the two together, and that'll change your work dramatically, my friend. So you can work fine, delicate, but you can also work big, all in one window. So that's what copper foil does and lead does for you.
So yes, the next videos will be building the window, then soldering one side, flipping it, soldering the other side,
And then cleaning it,
and then
finishing,
finishing, polishing it, and the photography of the window for
Right.
our portfolio.
So we should have, I believe it comes up being, it's like 15 episodes.
Yeah,
Got
in
6
all.
more episodes.
Yeah, so we thought this would be a good time to
to break in, answer your questions for you, those of you that had some. And those are all questions are good, so don't feel like, oh, I don't want to ask that because that might sound goofy. Let me tell you something. We have been asked some really good questions that you may have thought were goofy and actually got us thinking about it and may have even changed some of the way we do things. So don't be afraid to ask questions.
Well, you guys have a great weekend. I think we're ready to head on out.
Okay.
You think so?
Sure.
What do you think? Are you ready?
Well, we got thunderstorms in the area. So
yeah.
It's not too
And
bad. It's our afternoon thunderstorm, kind of like, when you're in Florida, you can kind of set your clock by about 3 o'clock for the thunderstorms to start. It must be getting close to 3 o'clock here, Barb, because
those of you that watch our channel and haven't subscribed, we wish you would subscribe to us.
Please do.
Please do.
That's right.
It really helps our channel grow. And come
what-
to our live stream on
Right.
Monday if you want to hear.
And you can
more
always,
of what
if
we
you'd
do.
like to help support the ARTyRV channel, guys, you can always Venmo us. You can super chat us, super sticker us. And
Buy us a coffee.
Buy us a coffee.
Because we love coffee.
Yeah, we do. And remember, guys, when we grow, you grow. So thanks again for tuning in on this beautiful Saturday afternoon for the ARTyRV channel. I'm Ed.
And I'm Barb.
We love you guys.
We
Thanks
love
for
you
tuning
guys.
in.
Thanks
See
for
you Monday
tuning
night
in.
at 7.
Monday at 7, as usual, we'll be there.
See you Monday night, guys.
Love y'all.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.